السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته جميعا. نظرا لضيق الوقت نحاول باختصار وإيجاز التطرق للمجازر الذي حصلت بحق أهلنا من قبل الاحتلال الفارسي، وإذا تسمحوا لي أتكلم باللغة الإنجليزية حتى يكون صداقة أكثر. I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizer, the Center for the Combat the Racism in Iran with Mr. Yusuf Azizi, and the Karun Cultural Forum, Mr. Hamid Al-Kinani, for providing this opportunity to talk to you today about the crimes and atrocities that happened in the past time against our people by the Iranian occupation regime. So the Iranian occupation regime massacre against Ahwazi continue even if the ways were different. So the criminal regime do not hesitate to take any advantage of any means that would help in killing the majority of Ahwazi people, including women, men, and children. So the occupation regime, for its racist goals and seeks purposes against Ahwazi since early day of the occupation of Al-Ahwazi in 1925 until now in Al-Ahwazi, in Abadan city, massacre it happened, what we call it about metropole building. So they have committed several human rights violations and atrocities which are follows. So we are gathered here to talk about the Black Wednesday, or they call it Muhammara massacre or Muhammara slaughter, مذبحة المحمرة also, which happened in 1979, where unfortunately when the Ahwazi people has agreed, after they sent a delegation, and one of the delegation member, Mr. Yusuf Azizi, was with the delegation to go to Tehran, and when the time comes, when these mullah regime came into the power, to translate the verbal what they have or written what they have agreed to into implement it in real ground, unfortunately these mullah regime has started to kill more than 200 of our innocent people. What we expect from this regime that has come with the crimes like Cinema Rex, what was the trigger for the revolution, and these crimes has done by the IRGC revolutionary forces. So after that, in 1979, we came to the 1985, when one of the Iranian newspaper has accused some of the Arab to be gypsy, Arab al-Kawabra, kama yaqulun, and it has led to the widespread protest in all over Al-Ahwaz, and many have been arrested, and then many have also been killed. So if we are talking about the historical narratives of the crimes, we have a wide range of the massacre that happened in Al-Ahwaz. If we talk about the 2005 revolution, which we call it Ahwazi Intifada in 2005 as well, several people has been dead, killed, and unfortunately not only by the Iranian regime, although with the militias from the Lebanon and Iraqi that has participated to suppress and crack down the Ahwazi revolution. Also, we have when soon after the occupation, the Iranian occupation regime has bombarded the tribes in Hawaiza, Khafajiyya, and other cities that led to the extensive revolution by the Mhizib and Al-Ahwazi and the other battalion member of Ahwazi activists that led also to the disastrous consequences on the Ahwazi Arab people. In 2019, where the Ahwazi people has demonstrated against the regime, and we know the Mahshur massacre in November 2019, where more than 200 persons has been killed as well. And unfortunately, if we look at the consequences and what happened in Al-Ahwaz, because there was no strong and enough deterrence by the international community to stop Iranian atrocities against Ahwazi Arab people. And that has paved the way for the Iranian regime to commit atrocities, to commit massacre against Ahwazi when there is no deterrence against Ahwazi, against Iranian regime. After we passed 2019, we saw a massacre that comes under COVID-19 in mid-2020, when several Ahwazi prisoners in the world have been kept in the prison, and unfortunately the Iranian regime has never ever provided any basic medical treatment for the Ahwazi prisoners, that has led to several deaths. Unfortunately, due to the strict security situation